Hey folks, welcome to Crazy Gamer Models. I am the Crazy Gamer and I do models. This is Tiger Tank Saturday, TTS. So we are working on the JagdTiger as what is our project for Tiger Tank Saturday. This is where we left off in the last build. I was able to repair the damage and added this piece that I missed. And now we are prepping the axles for getting some paint on this model. Hopefully this episode. Or this installment. So I have my R1 pieces for my caps. I have my torsion bars. And then I have my suspension arms that I've cleaned up. And they go together like this. This is my R2 ones. So basically the fit's not the best in the world. So I am squeezing a little bit of this Fuller Expert cement in there to kind of gap fill. Adding a little Tamiya. And then I'm putting in the R1 cap. And a little Tamiya around that. Like I said, it's not 100% perfect fit, but they do fit into the unit, just like so. But of course everything needs to be painted first. So I'll just do up a couple of these. Oh yeah, you guys aren't even seeing this. So this goes in here like this. This part in there. This part R1 onto that. A little extra thin in there. Well, that whole last part you didn't see. And then I just a little extra thin in there. It's not a snug fit and it's not a loose fit, but you know this Fuller Expert cement works pretty good for doing a little bit of a necessary gap filling. This is basically, you know, assembly line style here. Just getting all these done. There's a lot of these. There's 18 of these things. So that's one thing about German armor is there are a lot of wheels and suspension arms and torsion bars. Some are individual, some are, you know, one piece. Just make sure they're all snug together. I'm just going to finish up these last two and then I'll cut out some more of these R1s. Glue these up here like so. And like I said, we're going to use the Mission Model paints. We're going to use their Rotobond for the hull. And then we're going to use their German, actually I'm just going to use black on the torsion bars. Probably Mr. Surfacer 1500. So that's those. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 10 left. Okay, I am missing an R1. Right there we go. Now let's go go ahead and cut these ones off here. And they get pretty much covered up, so I'm just gonna trim them close, round off the nub. There's 2 of them that have 3 nubs on it, but that's basically that. So I'll slide this over, and I'll just go down the line here, cutting these out here, trying not to cut them too close, but yet not too far away. And hopefully we don't lose any of these. These all cut out. So I hope you guys are enjoying the JagdTiger build. I know it's not exactly the build along as I had hoped it would be, but I'm trying to do it as much as possible here. But with the major amount of repetition, there's really, I don't understand, like, I mean, do you guys really want to see all this? I mean, I'm thinking 20 minutes a week of building a JagdTiger is about the limit of anybody's stamina. I would personally love to do, you know, longer, hour-long building sessions and videos, but my computer has a very hard difficulty in the editing software once I load that large of a file in there for me to actually break it down and do any kind of edit or add things to it, or even when I start to, if I have multiple clips and I need to piece them together, the computer doesn't like it after about 30 minutes. It gives me issues on piecing them together. And just because someone's probably going to ask, I use Filmora software 9, I think it is. I use that, and I use their screen software, but I don't understand how that works. So that's what I was using when I was doing a webcam. I think I can stream with that software. I'm going to try to set that up one day, and then I can have multiple cameras for a stream. That would be cool. So we got those done. So we have the 8 of, let's look at here, we have this 8 right here, the CCs. We have the CCs, which is go in between all the DDs. So I'm going to make the DDs with the Q1s and more of the R2s and put some more R1 caps in there. And then we're going to go and look at some of this stuff painted. Thank you. Okay, here we go. We got the CC arms and the DD arms. They're just drying right now. They're all done. And we got our hull. Now let's talk about some paint. So I am going to use Mr. Surfacer 1500 black as my primer. Stinks to high heaven, but once I prime and get out of the room, I'll be good to go. So I'm going to do that as my primer for my torsion bars and my hull, the inside of my hull. And then on top of that, I'm going to put Mission Models Rotobron. Let me shake this up. Mission Model paints. It's an acrylic paint. Doesn't smell. It's a couple part paint. They have a polyurethane activator that you can put in it, and a thinner. I'll show you right here. Oh, that's surface primer. Well, I don't see my bottle of thinner. I'll find it. But this is the polyurethane mix additive. So you can add this to give you a little more durability in your paint. So it's about 10% this, 10% thinner, and then the rest of this. So I do about 30, well, I'll probably do about 50 drops for this, mix up a batch, and then about 15 and 15 on the thinner and the polyurethane additive. So this is what's going down right now. This right here. If I have enough Mr. Surfacer mixed up, I will go ahead and start painting some of the wheels, but that may be for another episode. So I am going to go do that and come back with some painted parts, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, we're back, and we've got some primer down on the inside here. It's not my best work. I'm not happy with the finish on the bottom, but we can work with that. I was hoping the Mr. Surfacer dealt with that a little bit better, but it didn't. So we'll have to get in there and fix that, which is not an issue. So that's going to have to be taken care of before the other paint. And then I have the black on the arms, the torsion bars, and that's done. Now listen, guys, I ran into some serious issues painting this. My paint booth filter was completely clogged and it wasn't exhausting the lacquer paint, so I inhaled a lot of it. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling pretty ill from it, but I can't spray for a while, for a couple days. I cleaned the filter and I'm letting it dry now, so it's going to be a while before I can put the paint down. Plus I got to fix this part that didn't even out, but I think I'm going to stay away from the lacquer paint for a while, and I'm just going to stick with the acrylics. So I don't want this to be a short JagdTiger update. I feel guilty that this is all that's going to be done on it for this week. So it is Tiger Tank Saturday, so I have another Tiger Tank we're going to look at, and I'm going to talk about some stuff on that. So that's going to do it for the JagdTiger. But stay tuned, and we're going to talk about some King Tiger stuff. Tiger Tank Saturday. TTS. Alright, as you just heard about the JagdTiger and the bad news about that, we're going to continue Tiger Tank Saturday with some King Tiger information from TACOM's King Tiger kit number 2047S. It's their King Tiger with hen shell turret with Zimrit. It's the one I'm doing the build review on. There'll be a separate build review video, but this is a little more in-depth look at where I'm at and what's going on with this. And, you know, some issues and some non-issues and some stuff we're going to take care of. So we're continuing with this Tiger Tank Saturday. So if you've been watching the review videos, we've gotten through step 38, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here is the lower hull. The wheels are not on there. The wheels are not on there, but they are built, and we're going to show you what I have detail wise on this. So we have the engine in, and I went ahead and I stuck the decals to the bare plastic, and I didn't seem to have a problem. I just stuck them down to the plastic with some of Vallejo's decal system. I used their decal fix first, and then I put some decal medium, which is their alcohol softener type difference. I don't know if you use it in that order, but it definitely worked in that order. So, and I was able to stick them to the plastic. I thought I was going to have to go over them with like a satin or something just to hold them down, but I don't seem to have any issues. And, you know, for this being a build review, it's not a big deal, and then it's going to be used for a project for my son's school. So, it's not an issue. And, you know, I wanted to talk about, you know, every one of these pieces of ammunition has an ammunition decal on it. And there's also decals for the front, the tips of the ammunition, but the way they're in the racks, I didn't bother putting that on. If you can see in here, there is a decal on that first aid kit, and on that first aid kit right there. And then, of course, the decals on the driver compartment. And then you can see the radios in there, no decals on that. And then there's little photo etch brass caps on the ends of all the rounds. And then there are these protective photo etch shields that protect them from what I assume going off on bumpy roads. The engine is in, everything is good with that. I'll talk about fits and stuff in the build review, but I just want to talk about this Tiger tank right now. So this is the lower half here, basically done. It's ready for the top half to go on, and that's where we're at in the book. So let us back out for a second, and I'll talk about. Sorry about shaking the camera. This is my only way of going in and out. So let us talk about the top section, which does have the Zimmerit on it, and we'll go into that. But I have a topic. This is a Feedback Friday question, so you can email me at crazygamermodels@gmail.com with an answer to this question, and it will talk about on Feedback Fridays. Down here on this lower hull, is there supposed to be Zimmerit there? Because on the Panther tanks, if it had Zimmerit, it was down here on this lower hull also. So I want to know, is because this tank has the Zimmerit on it, would it have had the Zimmerit down low there? And you know, if you answer me, it's crazygamermodels, one word, @gmail.com, and it'll be featured on Feedback Friday. Excuse me, when Feedback Friday starts. So that's one of our first feedback questions that we're gonna have, and the email will also be in the description below, or you can leave it into the comments below in the video. I would prefer an email, because you can send me like photos or things like that of pictures of it there. But you know, either way, comments, photos, you know, I'm looking for some actual proof that it's supposed to be there, not just say, hey, I think it's there. But you know, send whatever you like. So now we are step 39. We've done this section here, and I'll show that to the camera. It's got some little photo etch hooks on it. Very surprised I didn't lose any of those. Little grab bars, which didn't break when I cut them off this time, so that's fantastic. And now we're working on some tools. Now the tools, and if you guys watch my review videos, you know I am a stickler on tool clamps and the way that they're molded. And I'm going to show you an example, a way that they're molded on plastic, on one I haven't messed with. So I'm going to zoom in here, and this is going to get to right about there. And then I'm going to hold it in my hand. If you can see here, that is the tool clamp right there. And you can see it's kind of molded a hole in there like it's supposed to be, but it doesn't go all the way through. Well, what's nice about this tack-on kit, this King Tiger tack-on kit, which I wish they did for their Panthers, they have a step here to where you cut off that tool clamp, and they gave you some tiny photo etch pieces to glue and represent the handle of the tool clamp, and then you could see the little pieces in there. Hopefully, yeah, it's not going to focus because it's shiny, but they're tiny little tool clamps, and you basically cut it off, and then you glue those on there like that, and that is what they look like. So I have the axe, and I have the shovel done. And I manipulated the clamps in different ways just to show how they'll look. I still have a few more to go. I did lose one, so there will be a video on how to make a replacement, because I'm going to need to make a replacement, because I want to do this kit justice and build it all the way out. I didn't have any issues except for one where the part basically disintegrated on me. So as you can see, there are a lot of small, tiny parts. Look at these guys. These are tiny. I don't know why they're not photo etched when the other ones were. I'm not sure. It's for the engine deck. So that's what I'm working on with the photo etch on that. So, and then you have to make some other modifications so they fit on the pads of the Zimmerit. But as you can see it, so we can zoom in on the Zimmerit better. You see how the Zimmerit pattern is a little more detail. It's not. It looks a little bit more uniform than I would like in a Zimmerit. If you've seen some previous Panther kits with some hand-applied Zimmerit, how awesome that looks, and you hear me rave about it. But it's not too bad. But what I really need to know is if there's supposed to be Zimmerit on that lower hull above the suspension arms. There was some issues removing this inner plastic where I got a little bit of a stress bend on this piece right here that I have to address when I glue everything together. And I am using my Tamiya model stand to hold the turret while I work on it, to hold it up, and then I have my other stand holding down the lower hull. And I just use some white tack, just some white tack to hold the lower hull down on that. I'm going to come up with a better way in the future. But this part right here, I'm not going to do one on camera because it's a process. It can take time. But I ended up having to work with a fixture. And basically, if you've seen previous videos, I use this vise here. And this is just a block of 2-part epoxy putty that I mixed up. It was going bad. I mixed it up into a block so I could clamp it, and then I could stick poster tack to it. And then I have a little bottle cap here, sticky white tack down, that I keep my super glue in, that it all flows down to the bottom, and it's all on a slight angle. And then I'll put down a paper towel in case the piece drops, it won't bounce and fly away. And then you basically come in here with your part, and I'll be working on this one next. And again, I'm not going to do it on camera because it's too far away, but you basically cut off the section of the tool clamp right there. And I'll go in and zoom in here a little bit more. You cut off the section of the tool clamp, and then this little piece of styrene strip right here is the perfect height to hold the handle off of the ground after I stick it on here like so. So I line this up like this, and I just poster tack that in, and then I can come in with my tweezers with my little piece and sit my little piece on there, and then I could come in here with my glue looper or my needle, whatever I want to use. I could dip my glue and I could dab it on there. Now with it being so tiny, the glue looper is a little big for that, so I would use old airbrush needle that doesn't work anymore. Basically I just have a little handle on it, and if it gets dirty you can burn off the super glue. So that's basically doing that, and it basically it doesn't give you any extra of the little pieces. And in the process, I had one fall and bounce off, and I lost it after it was almost done. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I'm just probably going to not put it on the wire cutters. Bolt cutters, wire cutters, because that's the one I don't have. And then we're going to get into doing the tracks. So due to my issues with the JagdTiger, next week's Tiger Tank Saturday we'll be doing some tracks on a TACOM full interior King Tiger. That's probably what the video is going to be until I can maybe a little bit of JagdTiger stuff, but I have some issues with the airbrush booth, and I can't be spraying paint without that, because if you can hear my voice, it's raspy from inhaling all that lacquer, I believe, and I feel ill after it. I hope there's no downside to it. It wasn't a whole lot, but hopefully all is well. So I hope you guys have a great Tiger Tank Saturday, TTS. Leave your comments below, like, subscribe, visit my Patreon page if you so desire. help support the channel so I can get more kits, do more content, do more build reviews, and stuff like that. We're trying to get this Tiger done to start another build review of some more photo etch focused stuff. So, and if you want some more Tiger action, check out my building techniques series on Wednesdays, where I'm building a Ryefield model Tiger 1. I upload content every day. Try to upload content every day. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. I try my best. But thank you for your support. I hope you enjoy, and you guys have a great day.